social media platforms to engage their peers on benefits of participation in 2023 general elections and beyond. Advocacy for greater political inclusion. Youth focal groups can be vanguards for advocacy for youth greater political inclusion and participation in governance and in public space. You should also support and encourage your peers with leadership qualities to aspire to leadership positions in the country. You should take advantage of not too young to run law to aspire to leadership position in the country. Election personal volunteerism. Youth groups should also encourage young people to volunteer to serve as poll officials and election observers during elections. Here in the commission, we have, the good thing is that so many young people applied, young groups applied to be part of the election observation election observation, and a number of them were accredited. Is a good one, and the parliament, you can use this platform to encourage more of young men, women that form association, to apply to the commission, not only to observe elections. There are other things that we do. You can collaborate with INEC for sensitization, collaborate with the INEC, voter education, there are so many other things can do together to deepen democracy in the country. The Independent National Electoral Commission and its part is fully committed to electoral inclusion, especially the purposeful and enlightened participation of young people in electoral space to galvanize the required actions that will promote enduring democratic values and culture in the country. As a demonstration of its commitment and abiding faith in youth, INEC has made it a tradition to always consult and engage with the young people and women who are important stakeholders to get their buy-in and also to promote their awareness and participation in the electoral space. Just 2 days ago at former Sheraton, that's Abuja Continental Hotel, we had a National Youth Summit. I think the president or the speaker of this parliament was also part of this. And before then, that's the last quarter of last year, the commission engaged the youth in all the zones. This is a demonstration of our belief and faith in the young people, and we've made this a tradition, in the commission. In the build-up to any electoral activity, major activity, is this consultation with the young people to get their buy-in and also to create the awareness and knowledge about the process so that their participation will be hinged on knowledge and also be civil. INEC, on account of its belief in the potential of youth, sourced the largest percentage of its hard work personnel for the management of its major electoral activities from the youth population. The success story of election administration in the country cannot be complete without acknowledging the immense contribution of the youth corps members and students from institutions of higher learning. And again, to structure our youth engagements, youth responsive programs, the Commission has developed a policy framework called INEC Youth Engagement Strategy. Yes. This, of course, will ensure that we move away from hard work engagement to a more structured engagement with the youth to promote their visibility and also to interest in election. I will say this. I thank you all for inviting me, and I wish you a fruitful engagement. Thank you very much.
Please let's give you a louder round of applause. So it's clear that young people have one thing. We have strong will, we have social network, and finally, we have the commitment to change things, and that is what we hope to do today. And in partnership with a number of people, and that's what we are trying to do, in partnership with Press Pay, with Yali Abuja, with Raising New Voices, and other groups, we are ensuring that we use that strong will that we have. We are ensuring that we use that social network that we have, we are ensuring that we use that power that we have to try and influence changes in the places where we can. And that is, the point of the conversation for today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to the Honorable Minister. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you, Ma, for coming. Thank you to our distinguished professor. Thank you, Mr. Samuel, for representing him also. Thank you for honoring our invitation. So I would like to use the power of the moderator to do something very simple. So I'll move the schedule around a bit so that we can ensure maximum value and satisfaction for everybody. So I'll be moving the goodwill messages to a bit later and allow us to have, okay. So I think my Oga says, okay, what I'll do is I'll allow us to take one more goodwill message and we'll move on to the dialogue and come back to the rest of the goodwill messages within the event. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite our Oga, the first person to get here, the coordinator for the Nigerian Youth Parliament, Mr. Mohammed Sani Abdullahi. Let's give him a round of applause.
The Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports Development, ably represented. Professor Ajayi, also ably represented. All protocols duly observed. The Nigerian Youth Parliament is a platform created as a policy from the Ministry of Youth Development and the National Assembly, in conjunction with the National Assembly, where we host these youth during their plenary sessions, and we try to imbibe those ethics whenever you're in the chamber. And this is the 5th session, and let me just name one or few people who have gone into real politics and they have achieved some. The first speaker in 2008, which was the first session, we had Luke Onofiok, who later became a member of the Akwa Ibom House of Assembly and speaker also of the Akwa Ibom House of Assembly, who is a current member in the House of Representatives. The second speaker was Abdullahi Maibasira, who became the youth leader. They call him the real youth leader of PDP when they were in power, because he was the youngest to occupy that seat. And later on he became financial secretary of the same PDP. And a lot of these young people are now contesting for various positions in their states. Currently, we even have Kelvin, who won his primaries, he's contesting in Delta State, Mubarak in Gombe, and so many of them. So this is a platform that you can develop and then become something in society to be useful. The other thing I want to talk about is that as youth, do not allow yourself to be used for violence, because it pays nobody. The elderly, the youth, whoever. Violence pays nobody. At the end of the day, the destruction affects everybody. And then most of the times, if you realize, the youths are the ones being used. We have seen situations where you go to the polling station, you see a young man dressed, you think he doesn't have anything. The next thing, by the time, from his jeans, he can bring out a dagger, and he's ready to kill. Do not allow yourselves to be used, more especially for electoral violence. If they catch you, you know definitely you're going to jail. The laws are there, and they have been strengthened. Then the other aspect is using social media. Do not use social media negatively. Use it positively. Instead of flying rumors on social media. Like these candidates, they can even put their manifestos on social media. You can criticize, you can ask questions, but do not use derogatory language. Do not, if you are criticizing, there is a nice way you can criticize somebody and he will get the message. Don't abuse anybody. Most of these youth, they sit in their rooms, look at something. In fact, sometimes you don't even read it to digest what that person is posting. You just react anyhow, abuse him. So please and please use the social media positively. And I wish you all the best during your deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. It was a delight to hear from you. And that is, okay. So we'll get into the rest of the goodwill messages in a bit. Today is made possible because 17 political parties decided to participate in our political space. And all of them have presidential candidates, governorship candidates, House of Rep candidates, senatorial candidates that they are presenting forward in the 2023 election. So next week we'll be doing the presidential part. So in this conversation we want to center around what exactly are the plans of the party, the manifestos for young people. And of those 17, we have the honor of being honored. We have the honor of being honored by 4, in person of the PDP, SDP, PRP, APC, and Labour Party. Let's give them a round of applause, please. So when I mentioned them earlier, they didn't stand up for recognition. So I would like them to stand up for recognition now. And when I call their names, they would stand up, they would do their party slogan. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, I have you covered, man. They would do their party slogan and we get all excited again. So I would like to start from, let's start with the ruling party. I'd like to start with the APC. Please let's welcome to our midst Honorable Dr. Queen Zara Onyinye. Let's give her a round of applause, please. Yes, ma, that's not the method of introduction. You no, ma, please. You engage us, so stand up, say APC, let us shout change with you too. APC. People are not happy. All right, thank you very much. So I'd like to welcome the representative from the SDP, Honorable Uchechukwu Chukwu. Thank you, sir. I'd like to welcome from the PRP is contesting for House of Rep. His name is Mr. Nanven Aruna Mamda. What? Victory. All right. And God will give us victory in all endeavors. All right. So that said, we'll kickstart this engagement. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation. So this is the mood it's going to go. What we are doing today basically is we want